Organising and decluttering our homes is not a one and done kind of thing, more like an ongoing process. And while it can be really satisfying to spend entire days organising, for most of us with busy lives, this is not practical. I am Ree from mummyof4.com. Join me as I organise my home 10 minutes at a time. So pop on this video, pick a 10-minute project of your own, and let's organise together. It's now time to tackle my dressing table. This is a job I have been procrastinating for ages, and it's already divided up using little dividers. I could easily have sorted this bit by bit, but I have not done it. So I'm going to tackle it right now. I'm hoping it should only take me 10 minutes. Who knows? Let's start. So I've pulled everything out of the drawer and given it a little vacuum because it was a bit gross. I'm now going to take these boxes apart one by one, clean them inside if necessary, and put them back when they are tidy and sorted. And then I think all this is going to need a little bit of a dust. Let's go. Progress update. So we've still got quite a lot of just junk on the floor. We'll get to that. In here so far, I'm trying to sort things into parts of the face. It also turns out I had multiples of lots of things and I didn't realize because they're all in different places. So I'm trying to kind of go like face type stuff, as in concealers and things. I'm not even sure I've got that. It's actually a bit dark for me. It's if I ever get a tan. I don't have a tan, so maybe that needs to go, and some various others. I need to perhaps go back through these, be a bit more ruthless if anything's dried out or isn't any good. I'm working through wiping all this stuff and putting things back in neatly. So these are little concealers, and these are little like cheek and lip type things. And then we've got like highlighter, bronzer, powder, things like that. Eye stuff, I've got more like magnetic lashes type things than I realised I had, so there's all those. These are mascaras and eyeliners, and then we've got lip sticks and what are these called? Lip balms, and then lip and cheek tint and lip liners. So I'm just trying to categorize things so that I can actually find what I'm looking for quite easily. I've also found all of these that have actually run out. I think I was saving them because if you take a certain amount of products back to MAC, then they give you something, a lipstick or something, or at least they used to. But the problem is I don't actually have a store like super locally to me, so I guess I have to remember when I'm going on a trip somewhere else that there may be a MAC store to take those with me, because then they recycle them and I think they give you a lipstick. Let me know in the comments if that's still a thing. Right, need to keep plodding, keep with the sorting, and perhaps be a bit more ruthless with anything that's dried up and is a bit scabby, because that's the stuff that causes clutter. So now we've got reasonably organised stuff. Starting over here, I've got, this is my little tripod for when I do like lives and things. And then we've got lips, eyes, face, base, and then just bits I use generally, some Apple Watch straps and jewellery under there. And this is the little mirror that I pull out for like close-up, oh hello, for like doing close-up makeup and things. And then some more foundations and things that I use, not for day-to-day makeup, I've put further back, and then the stuff I use more, I've put at the front. I've got to say, I'm reluctant to get rid of all this makeup because I do occasionally do like full going out makeup. But if I'm honest, all I use most days is that, one of those, and maybe that, one of those, and maybe a lip balm. That's probably it. Most days I've got all this, which I use sometimes. I do full face makeup sometimes, but generally it's just that. So we'll pop these bits away. We need to, give this top bit a little clean. And then that's my dressing table organised. For our next 10-minute organisation project, we're going to tackle the Understairs cupboard. Now this Understairs cupboard is supposed to have a nice hanging rail with beautifully hung up coats and organised hooks. And what ends up happening is things get slung in there, maybe with people's eyes closed, and it just needs all pulling out and giving a little clean out, because goodness knows what's at the bottom, and then putting back neatly and pulling out anything we're not using and just generally sorting. So we've got 10 minutes. Let's go. I've emptied out the cupboard, I've given it a little wipe out. I'm now going to sort everything back into it and hopefully filter out some stuff that really doesn't belong in there, so it can be a bit less squished. So if we look in this wardrobe now, we can see all these are hung up reasonably neatly. I don't expect this to last for long, but it's a good start. It's slimmed down a lot, and you will notice there is nothing at all currently hang on the hooks. So what you'll probably find is my family won't reach for the hangers. They'll put things on the hooks, but at least there are hooks, including one small enough for Zara to reach, and then the others can reach the higher hooks. But there is no space. There's also a little bit of space down the bottom, and that's all been cleaned. Part of the reason there is no space is because all of this has been pulled out. All of this is it's just hoodies, so these would belong in the girls' bedroom, not in the coats cupboard. Those are like lighter denim jackets. It's winter now, we won't need those. Those belong in my husband's wardrobe. And all of these are hoodies that have been slung in that kind of need washing. They're looking a bit grubby, so they can go into the wash. So now I'm just gonna move all this stuff, vacuum up, and then that's our 10-minute tidy done. Another day, another 10-minute organisation project. And for today's little project, I'm going to tackle this box. It's supposed to be a box of easy to grab back stock, as they call it in the home edit, toiletries. So the backups, as I like to call them. I like to buy one to use, one currently in use, like in the bathroom or whatever, and one as a backup. But it's kind of descended into just a dumping ground for things. So there are multiples of some things. Everything's just a bit squished and all over the place. So I'm going to pull it all out, see what we've got, actually see if there's anything I need to buy as backups, and see what I've got also for like upcoming trips, things that need to go into toiletries or whatever. But long story short, it's a bit of a mess and I can barely shut the box at the moment. So let's get it sorted. I've only got 10 minutes. So this looks a bit like chaos, but we're moving towards organised chaos. The reason having a system for storing things is in purpose is this pile of deodorants. Now, these are not a waste because I will go through them, but it looks like I won't have to buy any more for about a year because I keep thinking I haven't got any deodorant because I can't see any, and I've got 1 trillion. So, we're very lucky these don't go off, but if we don't have a proper system, if we allow what was happening in this box to happen, the whole system falls apart and we buy too much of what we don't need. So luckily, like I said, this isn't going to go to waste. It's not the end of the world, but it will mean I won't have to buy these for a while, and I now know that. So I've got deodorant together. I've got 2 backups of dry shampoo. I do go through that a lot, so I will go through those quite quickly. I've got a lot more bath bombs for the girls than I realised. I've now got all those in one place, so I need to find a better way of putting those all together. I found all these packs of tissues, which are actually not much good up here. They need to go downstairs with the hats and gloves and stuff because they need to be kind of grabbed and added to bags by the front door, so they can be separated out. These are all sun creams, so they can be put away under the bed for next year because it's currently winter, so we're not going to need those for a bit. All these little sachets were just kind of loose in the box, which is ridiculous, of Calpol and things, so they can be grabbed to top up like travel bags and things. I've gathered together all of the toothpastes so that when it's time to replace toothpaste, unfortunately, our family does use 3 different types of toothpaste. So the girls use a different type each. They're the only ones they like. All of my children were quite fussy with toothpaste. I guess it's a sensory thing when they were quite small. William, myself, my husband, and my eldest when he's home would use just normal toothpaste, but the girls use different ones. So 3 different types of toothpaste at the moment. So we've got those. I've got, these are like unopened makeup bits that I bought when there was like a deal, 3 for 2 or whatever. But I need to have those together and ready to open when I run out of whatever I'm currently using. This is a bag of like minis and travels and, you know, travel sized, airplane usable size shampoos, conditioners, things like that. So I need to put those all together to grab when packing a travel bag. I've got some stuff I don't use much. I only use hairspray when I am curling my hair, which is not very often, to be honest, especially not in the winter when the weather goes a bit gross. Also, this is for when I'm going through a phase of having curly hair. So to be honest, that is not the kind of stuff I need to grab. I don't want to chuck it out because I possibly will use it, but that's kind of the stuff I can hide under my ottoman bed, because really all I want in this box is stuff for my family when they're like, Mum, I've run out of so-and-so, and they can just go and grab one. So a bath bomb for the girls, fresh toothpaste, a new deodorant. Turns out there are no backup deodorants for my husband. He took the last one out of the box and didn't mention it, so I haven't bought one. We'll have to buy one for him, or he's going to have to smell like my armpits. Not the end of the world, I'm sure. All of these things are antibacterial sprays and things, so again, we don't need that many of those as a grab and backup thing. These packs of antibacterial wipes are good for like wiping tables and things when you go out for the day, and perhaps the table is not as clean as you may like when you sit down to eat somewhere. Perhaps the table hasn't been cleared yet. So those are good for days out, trips and things like that. Or alternatively, just some spray like this and a little serviette or whatever. We've got travel size bottles. We're getting there. The point of the story is we're getting that. I can start packing some of this organised stuff back into the box and sifting through the rest of it. We're nearly there. Now to add to the box the things that prompted me to do this little exercise. The shampoo that I bought and I just had no space to put in, so that can go in the box. And the backup conditioner. So I'm going to fill up the little conditioner dispenser thing in the bathroom with one, and one can go in back stock. I'm going to chuck some of the bits that we're not going to use for a while, like the sunscreens, under the bed, tidy up this rest of the mess on the floor, and then get on with my day because I've got lots to do and I've only got 10 minutes for this job. can now actually access stuff in this box and see what we have. Like a million deodorants. Don't add deodorant to your listery, just deodorant for your husband. So anyway, that is now organised. I can now find the bath bombs for the girls and all scattered, find all the bits we need. And this lot is to go downstairs. So that just belongs downstairs with my spare reusable bags. I've got tissues and wipes and things that need to go in that drawer under the stairs to grab when we're on our way out of the house when we need them.